Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Shri Gurudev ki jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shishimar Shri Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shishimar Shri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta, Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Maha-bhagavat Srila Gaurkishora Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nityalapa Vishnu Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupa Anugariya Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Padadasa Raghunath Shara Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shamakund ki jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kamika Akarashi Titi ki jai. Titi Palankari Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata ki jai. Śrīla Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai. Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Gauriya Bhashya ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari
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 Hari Bo.
Hari Bo. 1 second, I was a bit late this morning, so I got everything ready in a rush. I'm still opening up the windows. All right. So, okay, let me, 1 second. Sorry, guys. Hari Bo, Satya Mataji, Hare Krishna, and Kishore Prabhu, of course. And let's see who's on YouTube. I forgot to send out the link on WhatsApp, and so I just did it now. Let's see if anybody's there. Okay, I'm going to share my screen now. There, so you can see what's going on. Okay. Hari Bol, Ganga Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, and whoever else is there watching on YouTube. I see 4 other people. All right, so we can do Kirtan now. Oh, and Manjari Didi, Hari Bol. It must be late where you are, isn't it? All right, so I'm opening up the songbook. Which Kirtan should we do today? If anybody has any suggestions, you can let me know. Otherwise, I'll just choose something. It's not Akadashi there in America yet, is it? No, okay, so I won't do, okay, it's tomorrow. Okay, I won't do, I'll do a Gornitai Kirtan then. Let's see. Which one? Parama Karuna. Gauri Dasa Mandire is such a sweet one. Let's do that one. Devadi Deva Gaura Chandra Gauri Dasa Mandire. The Lord of Lords, Shri Gaura, this is written by Gauridas Pandit. The Lord of Lords, Shri Gaura Chandra, along with Nityananda Prabhu, revels in the house of Gauridas Pandit in Ambika Kalna. He wears a beautiful red gunjamala that extends to his lotus heart. Brahma and Lakshmi worship his lotus feet with great respect. The radiance of his body shines like molten gold. and his cloth is saffron like the rising sun. He desires the prem bhakti of Srimati Radhika, which is full of anurag. The son of Shachi, Śrī Gaurachandra, is internally blissful. He playfully roams about with Nityananda Prabhu, the vanquisher of atheists. Both Nityananda and Gaurachandra are in the house of Gauridas. Gauridas, who hopes that they will deliver all jivas. What would he say, Kishore? Gauridas Pandit, would he call him the uncle-in-law of Nityananda Prabhu? Because his brother is Suryadas Sarkela, right? And so then, and Suryadas is the father of Janava and Vasudha, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, Gauridas. Okay, 1 second, I need to drink some water. Dehydrated.
I remember watching a video of Harijan Maharaj in your room singing this.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was fun. Devadi Deva Gaurachandra Gauridasa Mandire Devadi Deva Gaurachandra Gauridasa Mandire Nityananda Sange Gaura Ambika Te Vihare. Sorry. Nityananda Sange Gaura Ambika Te Vihare. Charu Aruna Gunjahara Hrit Kamale Jedare. Charu Aruna Gunjahara Hrit Kamale Jedare. Avirinchi Sevya Pada Padma Lakshmi Sevya Sadhare. Avirinchi Sevya Pada Padma Lakshmi Sevya Sadhare. Devadi Deva Gaurachandra Gauridasa Mandire. Devadi Deva Gaurachandra Gauridasa Mandire. Tapta Hema Anga Kanti Pratayarunayambare. Tapta Hema Anga Kanti Pratayarunayambare. Radhika Nuraga Prema Bhakti Vancha Je Kore. Radhika Nuraga Prema Bhakti Vancha Je Kore. Shachi Sutta Gaurachandra Ananditayantare. Shachi Sutta Gaurachandra Ananditayantare. Apashandakhanda Nityananda Sange Range Vihare. Apashandakhanda Nityananda Sange Range Vihare. Nityananda Gaura Chandra Gauridasa Mandire. Nityananda Gaura Chandra Gauridasa Mandire. Gauridasa Karata Yasha Sarva Jiva Udhare. Gauridasa Karata Yasha Sarva Jiva Udhare. Devati Deva Gaura Chandra Gauridasa Mandire. Devati Deva Gaura Chandra Gauridasa Mandire. Nityananda Shange Gaura Ambika Devi Hare. Nityananda Shange Gaura Ambika Devi Hare. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Jaya Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari. Nitai Gauranga Jaya Gaura Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hari Bol Hari Bol. Hari Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hari Bol Hari Bol. Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna Shubhanand Prabhu.
Haribol, Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Haribol. Let's see if anybody else is there on. I wonder where Indira Mataji and Raseshwari Mataji and Vidya Lalasa Didi. Anyways, maybe they're there because I don't see any comments there, but I see 6 people are there. So, all right. Dandavat pranams to all of you. So, yeah, if anybody, Kishore Prabhu, Satya Mataji, or anybody, Shubhananda Prabhu, if anybody has anything that they wanted to share from the last reading, or just anything, yeah, now's the time. Otherwise, I'll just read some of the previous verses that we read from yesterday so that we understand where we are, we get the flow.
Haribol, Prabhu.
Yes, Shubhananda Prabhu, yes.
There is my small request. If you can share this Mangala Sharan, what we start with.
Okay.
in a group or personally to me. That will be beneficial. I will recite those shloka and make them memorize for myself.
You know, I
Thank you.
never remember to do something if I don't do it immediately, so I'm going to do it right this minute. I'll share it in the WhatsApp group. In the daily Bhagavad WhatsApp group, I'll do it there.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
I'll share the Word doc and PDF, so if you want to change it or, like, you know, you can still edit it. I'll put all... Yeah. Okay, I'm just putting it there right now. Here are the Mangala Charan files, in case anyone would like to have them. Okay, there. All right, there it is. Everybody has access to it now. Oh, God. I keep on forgetting to add Kishore Prabhu also. Okay, I'm not going to waste everybody's time now, but I'm going to write it down in my to-do. Because add Kishore to what's there. Okay, now I'll do it. If I don't write anything down, then I don't. Yeah.
Jai Radhe.
You're so tolerant. Okay, so I'm going to open up now the summary thing that I made. Let me make it smaller. What the heck? Stop disappearing. Okay, Caitanya-bhāgavata. Here. This is... we can go over this summary that I made before. So, in this chapter, verses 1 to 5, Mangala Charan, verses 6 to 10, the author first offers his obeisances to the devotees before offering obeisances to the Lord. Then verses 11 to 21, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur offers obeisances to Nityananda Prabhu, to Balaram and Ananta Shesh. And what was it? We just, at the end of this, well, like we recently read this verse that Nityananda, Balaram, and Ananta Shesh are non-different, just like the words Dvija, Vipra, and Brahman all refer to the same thing. So Nityananda, Balaram, and Ananta Shesh all refers to the same thing. There's no difference. Then the glories of Shri Baladev's Ras Leela. That's verses 22 to 42. Then 43 to 47 are the various forms in which, and various ways in which Baladev serves the Lord. There was 10 different forms that it mentioned and went into that. Then verses 48 to 66 is how the Lord's devotees glorify Anantadev, and then it went through 5 verses from Srimad Bhagavatam in which Narad, along with Tumburu, is glorifying Anantadev in the assembly of Brahmaji. And then Vrindavan Das Thakur breaks down each one of those verses in Bengali. And then verses 76 to 83 is the author's prayer to the Vaishnavas that he may worship Nityananda Balaram. And then 84 to 87, the author, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, writes only what he has heard from the devotees and what has been inspired by Śrī Caitanya. Then verses 88 to 89, the pastimes of Śrī Caitanya are divided into Ādi Khaṇḍa, Madhya Khaṇḍa, and Antya-khaṇḍa. And yesterday we read all the main pastimes that happened in the Ādi Khaṇḍa and half of the pastimes that happened in the Madhya Khaṇḍa. We read up to the Chandkazi deliverance. Not deliverance, whatever you say. Yeah. Mahaprabhu's first public kirtan, Nagar Sankirtan, out in the village. So today we'll read from half of the Madhya Khaṇḍa and complete the Antya-khaṇḍa, the synopsis. This first chapter is called Gaura Lila Sutra, means a summary or synopsis of Mahaprabhu's pastimes. Okay. Let's read from 84 onwards, just on the file. Haribol Vidyalala Sadidi. Okay. So, where am I? Oh, I forgot to open up the file. 1 second. Oh no, it is there. Oh, and the power hasn't been on here since like Mangalarti time. And so I have a battery for my Wi-Fi, but if it runs out and I don't do anything, can somebody WhatsApp message me just to let me know? And then I can switch over to my mobile data. Okay, so Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata 1, let's see, 88, let's go there. Yeah, I'm gonna move that this full screen. Okay, I'll read from this point on. Okay, therefore, oh wait, let's see. By the mercy of Lord Nityananda, I'm reading from verse 81. By the mercy of Lord Nityananda, the pastimes of Śrī Caitanya will become manifest, because his tongue is the storehouse of Lord Chaitanya's glories. Therefore, Śrī Ananta is the embodiment of Lord Chaitanya's glories. Thus I have described a fragment of Ananta's glories. Hearing the pastimes of Śrī Chaitanya Chandra brings all auspiciousness, but know for certain that they are revealed only through the mercy of the devotees. Who can understand the pastimes of Śrī Caitanya? They are confidential even to the Vedas. Therefore, I will write only what I have heard from the devotees. I do not find a beginning or end to the pastimes of Śrī Caitanya. I write whatever he inspires me. Whatever I describe is only by the direction of Sri Gaurachandra, just as a puppet dances only by the direction of the puppeteer. Let me offer my respectful obeisances at the feet of the Vaishnavas, so that I may not commit any offenses to them. My dear brother, please hear with attention the topics of Śrī Caitanya concerning the various pastimes that he performed with his devotees. The pastimes of Śrī Caitanya are the abode of all happiness. These pastimes are divided into Ādi 1.1.32, Madhya 1.1.32, and Antya-khaṇḍas. The Ādi 1.1.32 mainly describes the Lord's scholastic pastimes. In the Madhya 1.1.32, the Lord's kirtan pastimes are described. The Antya-khaṇḍas contains descriptions of the Lord's residence in Jagannath Puri as a sannyasi and his entrusting the Bengal preaching to Nityananda Prabhu. Those chapters are so much fun, the Nityananda Prabhu chapters, with when he's like running all around with the Dwadash Gopals and they're like doing really crazy things. Okay, so that's like at the Antya-khaṇḍas, all those.
Jai Nitai.
Jai Nitai. Jagannath Mishra was always enthusiastic in following his religious principles while residing in Navadvip. He was equal to Vasudeva, the father of Lord Krishna. His most chaste wife, Shachi Devi, was just like Devaki, the universal mother. From the womb of Mother Shachi appeared Narayan. His name, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, is the ornament of this world. So he says, amongst all the social orders, the order of sannyas is the highest. That is why the sannyas names are ornaments of the world. In the Adi, so now it's going to, now it's beginning the breakdown of all the main leelas in the Ādi 1.1.32, Madhya and Antya-khaṇḍas. In the Ādi 1.1.32, the Lord's appearance during an eclipse on the night of the Falgun Purnima is described. Preceding the Lord's birth, the auspicious names of Lord Hari were heard from all directions. In the Ādi 1.1.32, the Lord displays various pastimes as a child. He also reveals his own abode to his parents. In the Ādi 1.1.32, the Lord's parents are astonished to see footprints marked with the signs of a banner, thunderbolt, an elephant goad, and a flag. In the Ādi 1.1.32, the Lord is kidnapped by thieves who become bewildered and return the Lord to his home. In the Ādi 1.1.32, the Lord eats grains in the house of Jagadish and Hiranya on the day of Akadashi. That would have been nice to read today. Anyways. In the Ādi 1.1.32, the Lord tricks everyone into chanting the holy names of Hari by crying as a child. In the Ādi 1.1.32, the Lord sits on rejected cooking pots and instructs his mother on the absolute truth. In the Ādi 1.1.32, Gauranga displays unlimited restlessness and imitates his Gokul pastimes with his friends. In the Ādi 1.1.32, the Lord begins his studies, and in a short time he becomes a teacher of the scriptures. In the Ādi 1.1.32, Shachi Devi laments for both the disappearance of Jagannath Mishra and the acceptance of sannyas by Vishvarup. In the Ādi 1.1.32, at the beginning of the Lord's educational pastimes, he appears to the atheists as the personification of pride, of dambha. In the Ādi 1.1.32, the Lord, along with other students, sports fearlessly in the waters of the Ganges. In the Ādi 1.1.32, Lord Gauranga masters all the scriptures. No one in the three worlds can compete with him. In the Ādi 1.1.32, the Lord travels to East Bengal, modern-day Bangladesh, which becomes a holy place by the touch of his lotus feet. The Ādi 1.1.32 describes the disappearance of Lakshmi Priya and the Lord's second marriage with the daughter of Raj Pandit. That's Vishnu Priya. Wait, what is it? Vishnu Priya's father's name was... shoot, I forgot. Sanatan Mishra. He was the Raj Pandit. He was the king's priest. In the Ādi Khaṇḍa, the Lord displays ecstatic devotional sentiments on the pretension of an imbalance of bodily heirs. In the Ādi Khaṇḍa, the Lord empowers the devotees and wanders about as a great scholar. In the Ādi Khaṇḍa, Mother Shachi floats in an ocean of happiness on seeing the moon-like face of the Lord, who dresses enchantingly and enjoys transcendental pleasure. In the Ādi Khaṇḍa, Lord Gauranga defeats the Digvijay scholar and ultimately delivers him from all bondage. In the Ādi Khaṇḍa, the Lord bewilders the devotees and lives amongst them as an ordinary person. In the Ādi Khaṇḍa, Lord Vishwambar goes to Gaya and bestows mercy on Śrī Ishvara Puri. That's the end of Ādi Khaṇḍa, isn't it? In the Ādi Khaṇḍa, there are innumerable pastimes that will be described in the future by the great sage Vyasadeva. And a very interesting point here is that he says, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada in his commentary said that those who follow in the disciplic succession of Vyasadeva by narrating and compiling the pastimes of Lord Gaurasundar are also known as Vyasa, and they sit on Vyasasans. So this, when Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying that this will be described in the future by Vyas, it's referring to our Guru Varga. It's not just literally meaning Krishna Dvaipayan Veda Vyas, according to this commentary. It's meaning, everybody in our parampara. Okay, the Ādi Khaṇḍa begins with the Lord's childhood pastimes and continues through his visit to Gaya. Now we begin the Madhya Khaṇḍa. In the Madhya Khaṇḍa, the lion-like Gauranga reveals himself so that the devotees, who are like bees at his lotus feet, are able to recognize him. So that's how, okay. In the Madhya Khaṇḍa, the Supreme Lord reveals his identity at the houses of Srivas Pandit and Advaita Prabhu while sitting on Vishnu's altar. In the Madhya Khaṇḍa, the Lord meets Nityananda Prabhu, and the two brothers perform kirtan together. Jai Gaurnitai Ki Jai. In the Madhya Khaṇḍa, Nityananda Prabhu sees the Lord's six-armed form, and Advaita Prabhu sees the Lord's universal form. And it mentioned there's two six-armed forms. One is Gaurasundar, there's two hands of Ramachandra, two hands of Krishna, and the two hands of Sri Gaur Hari. And another opinion is that Sharbhuj is the two hands of Nrsimha, the two hands of Ram, and the two hands of Krishna. The two hands of Gaurasundar hold a danda and karmandalu, Krishna's hands hold a flute, and the hands of Ramachandra hold a bow and arrows. There's a painting of this in Jagannath Puri. Okay. In the Madhya Khaṇḍa, there's a description of the Vyas Puja performed by Lord Nityananda, who is criticized by sinners and atheists. In the Madhya Khaṇḍa, Lord Gaurachandra accepts the mood of Balaram, and Nityananda Prabhu gives him a plow and a club. Such an interesting Leela. In the Madhya Khaṇḍa, there's the description of the deliverance of the two most sinful persons known throughout the world as Jagai and Madhai. In the Madhya Khaṇḍa, Mother Shachi sees Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda in their blackish and whitish forms as Krishna and Balaram. In the Madhya Khaṇḍa, the Lord displays his Mahaprakash, his divine opulences, for 21 hours. Sat Prahari Abhav. 7 Prahars, 21 hours. On that day, the Lord spontaneously reveals the past identities of his servants. In the Madhya Khaṇḍa, Narayan, the Lord of Vaikuntha, dances and personally performs kirtan throughout the streets of Navadvip. In the Madhya Khaṇḍa, the Lord breaks the Qazi's pride while manifesting his potency in a tremendous kirtan. This is the first big Nagar Sankirtan. Before that, it was all just hidden in Srivas Pandit's home, and nobody could see what was happening in the home. But now, finally, it's gone public. By the benediction of Lord Gauranga, the Qazi attains devotional service. Thus, all the devotees are allowed to freely perform kirtan in the streets of Navadvip. Jai Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Alright, so that's where we read up to yesterday. Now we'll do the Mangalacharan and begin our reading for today. Just checking again. I have way too many windows open. Let me put this here so I can jump back and forth. Haribo, Indira Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Govinda Saha, Pradyumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji, Hare Krishna. Okay. 1 second. What is it? Okay, sorry, I forgot to make it full screen. Okay. Ajnanatimirandhasya jnananjana-shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhakta Tarbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ajanulambita bhujau kanakavadato sankirtanaikapitaro kamalaya Vishwambharo Dvijavaro Yugadharmapalo Vande Jagat Priyakaro Karunavataro Namastrikala Satyaya Jagannatha Sutaya Cha Sabhrityaya Saputaya Sakalatrayate Namaha Avatirno Sakarunyo Parichinno Sarishvaro Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityanando Dvau Bhrataro Bhaje Sajayati Vishuddha Vikrama Kanakava Kamalaya Tekshana Varajanu Vilam
Oh gosh, he made me the host. So I think his Wi-Fi went out. What shall we do?
Chant Hare Krishna.
That's always good. Oh, he sent me a web message. I'll be back. A message. I'll be right back. He says he's switching over to his mobile data. We could introduce ourselves. I'm Satya. I live in Portland, Oregon, in the US. Anything else? Anybody else want to introduce themselves? It's not. You're back, but we can't hear you.
I am back. All right. So I guess my Wi-Fi thing finally stopped, but I need to restart the. Oh, it's still streaming live. Perfect. Wait, let me just check to make sure it didn't cut off, because I remember one time that happened when let me just check. Okay. Although the comments are gone, let me see if I can restart this. Okay. 1 second, I'm going to just go unplug the. Yeah, just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Here. Okay, I am back. Okay, thanks for waiting, everybody. Okay, let's continue on with the Mangalacharan. Okay. Ādi Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata. Oh, wait. Let's do the previous verse just in case it cut out. Jayati Jayati Deva Krishna Chaitanya Chandra Jayati Jayati Kirtis Tasya Nitya Pavitra Tasya Vishveshamurte Jayati Jayati Nrityam Tasyam Ādi Śrī Caitanya Priya Goshtir Charane Ashesha Prakare Mora Danda Paraname Tabe Bando Shri Krishna Chaitanya Maheshwar Navadvipe Avataranam Najivavina Iti Vigyaya Devi Tvam Nayamam Charanantikam Bhakti-taranga Madhya Kripa Maitvam Sharanam Prapana Vrinde Namaste Charanaravindam. Oh, there's a lot of lag now. Charanam Prapana. Hare Krishna. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. I'm just watching it on YouTube on my phone and I can hear that the connection's not so great. Anyways, let's continue on. Let's try it for a little bit longer. Let's see if it's too bad. Okay. The glories of Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata and Śrīla Vrindavan Das Thakur from Śrī Caitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila chapter 8, verse 33 to 42. Oh, I'm gonna do it. Ore mura loka shuno Chaitanya Mangal Chaitanya Mahima Jate Jani Beshakar Krishna Lila Bhagavate Kohe Veda Vyas Chaitanya Lila Vyas Vrindavana Das Vrindavana Dasa Kohara Shavane Nashe Sarva Amangal Chaitanya Nitar Jate Jani Mahima Jate Jani Krishna Bhakti Siddhanter Sima Bhagavate Jotta Bhakti Siddhanter Sar Likhiya Chen Iha Jani Koriya Udhar Chaitanya Mangala Shuni Jadi Pashanti Javan Sheho Maha Vaishnava Hoy Tatakon Manushera Chite Nare Aiche Granta Dhanya Vrindavana Dasa Mukhe Bhakta Shri Chaitanya Vrindavana Dasa Pare Koti Namaskar Aiche Granta Korite Ho Tari La Sangsar Narayani Chaitanya Uchishta Bhajan Tar Karve Janmi Rashi Dasa Vrindavan Tar Ki Arbhuta Chaitanya Charita Varnan Jahara Shavani Shuddha Koila Tribhuvan Sahaje Vichitra Madhur Chaitanya Vihar Vrindavana Dasa Mukhe Amrite Radha. By nature, all the activities of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu are very wonderful and sweet. And when they're described by Vrindavan Das Thakur, they become like a shower of nectar. Jai Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata ki jai, Śrīla Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai, Śrī Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki jai. All right. So how is the connection too bad? Should we even continue? Yeah, I'm getting a message. My internet connection is unstable. Maybe I'm not getting any answer either. So maybe we should do this tomorrow then.
It's choppy, but I still get a lot.
Okay, I'm gonna check. Satamat. Yeah. Okay, so you think I can continue? This? Yeah. Okay. Satyamataji and Manjari say yes.
We'll let you know if it gets too bad.
Okay. Yeah. If it gets too bad, just send me a WhatsApp message. Chandra says that he hears me loud and clear also. Okay, great. Cool. Unfortunately, the comments on YouTube and Facebook are not showing because it's just not able to load. So anyways, sorry, I can't see anything anybody's saying there. All right. Where are we? Okay, so we're continuing on. I just finished the Kazi. Now everybody's able to freely perform kirtan in the streets of Navadip now. Continuing on from verse 132. Madhya Khande Mahaprabhu Varaha Hoya Nija Tattva Murari Re Kohila Garjiya. In the Madhya Khanda, the Lord accepts the form of Varaha and discloses his identity to Murari Gupta. Gaudiya Bhashya by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. Sriman Mahaprabhu is the fountainhead of all incarnations and the supreme absolute truth. In the form of Varaha, he roared loudly and instructed Murari Gupta about his own identity. Madhya Khande Murari Skande Arohan Chatur Bhuja Hoya Koila Angane Brahman. That's such a fun pastime. In the Madhya Khanda, the Lord accepts a four-armed form and rides on Murari's shoulders throughout his courtyard. And we just read the other day that, like in Nityananda Prabhu's Balaram's 10 forms that he serves the Lord, one is the Avahan, right? Avahan. I can't remember how you say it, but and it said that refers to Garuda, and so Garuda is actually a manifestation of Balaram in one way, and then Murari is now. Anyways, just interesting. Okay, Madhya Khande Shuklambar Tandula Bhojan Madhya Khande Nana Chanda Hoila Narayan. In the Madhya Khanda, the Lord eats Shuklambar Brahmachari's rice and performs various pastimes as Narayan. Gaudiya Bhashya. The Lord displayed his pastimes of eating atapa and siddha rice. And, is that a footnote? Yeah, that's a footnote. Oh, so siddha rice. Siddha means, anyways. So he had those kinds of rice preparations which were prepared from ashu and haimantika paddy. He took both varieties of rice from the alms received by Shuklambar Brahmachari. The word chanda refers to the display of pastimes through various amazing gestures. Oh God, I bet Chandra has a bunch to say about that. Atapa. Let's see if we can see the footnote though. One second. Atapa. Atapa.
I put the footnote in chat.
Oh, you have the footnote? Okay, great. Thank you. So it says atapa rice is taken directly from the husk of the ashu paddy, which is harvested in the rainy season, while siddha rice is hemantika paddy, which is harvested in autumn and boiled before husking and drying. Yes, you can see that in Bengal. Like lots of times, they'll have these big pots, huge pots, and they boil the rice in the husk, and that's the siddha chal. Hare Krishna Mahasundari Keshavi Didi. Okay. The word chanda refers to the display of pastimes through various amazing gestures. Okay. Madhya Khande Rukmanir Veshe Narayan Nachilen Stanapilo Sarva Bhakta Gan. This is also a very interesting pastime. In the Madhya Khanda, Gaur Narayan dances in the dress of Rukmini and breastfeeds all the devotees. Gaudiya Bhashya. Rukmini Devi is Mahalakshmi herself and Krishna's legitimately married queen. She is the mother of the universe. As the supersoul, the Lord is the maintainer and sustainer of the entire universe. So he also manifests motherly propensities. He thus breastfed all his subordinates in the mood of parenthood. Krishna is the mother. Krishna is the father. Krishna is the wealth and life of everyone. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhana Pran. That is why Krishna is the source of all pastimes. But this does not mean that everyone should consider Krishna their mother and accept service from him for their own enjoyments. Not that kind of relationship. Mom, I want more. Okay. Lord Krishna is the absolute truth beyond material sense perception. Therefore, the base qualities found in the service of a mother is, let me read that. Lord Krishna is the absolute truth beyond material sense perception. Therefore, the base qualities found in the service of a mother in this temporary world cannot touch him. The followers of Durga, who are bewildered by material knowledge under the influence of desire, imagine themselves as children and display the wicked mentality of accepting service from the eternal worshipable Lord. Such a mentality should not be directed towards the eternal object of worship. Madhya Khande Mukunder Danda Shanga Doshe Sheshe Anugraha Koila Parama Santoshe. In the Madhya Khanda, the Lord sorry, I got something in my throat. In the Madhya Khanda, the Lord punishes Mukunda for associating with Gyanis and later blesses him with great satisfaction. Gaudiya Bhashya. The desire for sense enjoyment and the desire for renunciation, which are found in living entities who are afflicted by three types of miseries, are the result of bad association. Mukunda played the role of a Jnani by accepting the philosophy of the Mayavadis of that time. The Lord relieved Mukunda of the Mayavadis' bad association by punishing him and later bestowed mercy on him. Madhya Khande Mahaprabhur Nishair Kirtan Vatsarik Navadipe Koila Anukhan. In the Madhya Khanda, there are descriptions of all the night kirtans that the Lord performs for 1 year in Navadip. For 1 year. Gaudiya Bhashya. During the day, people were busy with various activities for the gratification of their senses, and at night, they gratified their senses by sleeping. Shri Gaurasundar benefited the residents of Mayapur and Navadip who were under the influence of the illusory energy of the Lord by performing congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord every night for 1 year. In this way, he checked their activities of sense gratification. I'm not going to give you the sense gratification of sleeping. We're going to do kirtan all night. Madhya Khande Nityananda Advaita Kautuka Agya Jane Bujhe Jena Kalaha Sarupa. In the Madhya Khanda, Nityananda and Advaita exchange jokes, which ignorant people consider as quarreling. There's some really important verses in this section about how one should not take sides of a Vaishnava when they get in arguments above pure Vaishnavas, because we see that happen anyways. Gaudiya Bhashya. Shri Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Prabhu are both Vishnu and devotees of Gaur. They are Vishnu and they are devotees of Gaur. They both are misunderstood by less intelligent, unfortunate people who conclude that they have different opinions. Yeah, and that's actually, we read about that. Well, I remember reading about that in Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's, he gives like a brief life sketch of Vrindavan Das Thakur. And we read it in one of the Gaudiya Bhashyas here about the time period that Vrindavan Das Thakur was in. And there was big factions between followers of Nityananda Prabhu and followers of Advaita Acharya. And I think that's one reason why he was so strongly emphasizing like quality of his Raslila is completely pure in all respects. Anybody who disregards Nityananda Prabhu, like that's why he's so, because there was a lot of people who were opposed to Nityananda Prabhu. And they were saying that we're in the line of Advaita Acharya. Madhya Khande Jananir Lakhe Bhagavan Vaishnava Parada Koraila Savadhan. In the Madhya Khanda, the Lord warns everyone about offending Vaishnavas, using his mother as an example. Gaudiya Bhashya. The omniscient Gaur Hari instructed his mother Shachi Devi to beg pardon from Advaita Prabhu for her offense. By this incident, the Lord instructed everyone about the severity of Vaishnav aparad and the need for becoming free from it. She said, you're not Advaita, you're Advaita, because you bring division between mother and son, between family members, between like that. Text 140. Madhya Khande Shakala Vaishnava Jane Jane Sabe Vara Pailen Koriyastavane. I got a message that says my connection's unstable. Okay, anyways, I'm going to continue until somebody says something. In the Madhya Khanda, all the Vaishnavas receive benedictions after offering prayers. Gaudiya Bhashya. In this verse, Jane Jane means each individual. Madhya Khande Prasada Paila Haridas Sridhare Jalapana Karunya Vilas. Haridas Thakur received mercifully drinks Sridhar's water. Gaudiya Bhashya. Sridhar was a poor Brahmin resident of Navadvip who met his livelihood by maintaining a banana tree garden. And he was very poor because banana trees were not very rare at that time. It wasn't difficult to get bananas. So in the cottage of this poor devotee, the Lord drank water from an iron pot with holes and thus displayed his pastime of bhakta vatsalya, affection for his devotees. Madhya Khande Shakala Vaishnava Kori Shange Pratidin Janavite Jalake Lirange. In the Madhya Khanda, the Lord daily sports in the waters of the Ganges with the devotees. Madhya Khande Gaura Chandra Nityananda Sange Advaiter Grihe Gyachila Kona Range. In the Madhya Khanda, Lord Gaurachandra and Nityananda Prabhu go on a mission to Advaita Prabhu's house. They go on a mission to Advaita Prabhu's house. What is that mission? One second, I'm just opening up WhatsApp. I closed it so that people's messages would be private, but then I don't have any way of hearing from people. So, I mean, like if something's happening with the connection, I want to just keep it open. Okay. Madhya Khande Advaiter Kori Bahu Danda Sheshe Anugraha Koila Parama Prachanda. In the Madhya Khanda, the Lord punishes Advaita Prabhu and then bestows great mercy on him. Gaudiya Bhashya. By seeing the behavior of Advaita Prabhu, many people fall into the trap of considering him. In order to check this, the Lord physically punished Advaita. Then later, the Lord bestowed mercy on him to glorify his devotee. Because that was all just a trick of Advaita Acharya, because he couldn't handle Mahaprabhu always was the supreme absolute truth, giving him honor. And so then he made that way of getting Mahaprabhu's chastisement. Madhya Khande Chaitanya Nitai Krishna Ram Janila Murari Gupta Mahabhagyavan. In the Madhya Khanda, the most fortunate Murari Gupta is able to recognize Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. He's able to recognize Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu to be Krishna and Balaram. There's a lot about Murari Gupta in Caitanya-bhāgavata, actually. Murari Gupta is Hanuman in Krishna and Ram Lila. Gaudiya Bhashya. The most fortunate Murari Gupta certainly knew that Nitai and Gaur were Ram and Krishna. Madhya Khande Dui Prabhu Chaitanya Nitai Nachilen Srivasa Yangane Ekatai. In the Madhya Khanda, the two lords, Chaitanya and Nityananda, danced together in the house of Srivas Thakur. Gaudiya Bhashya. The house of Srivas Pandit is famous as Srivas Angan. Madhya Khande Srivaser Mritya Putra Mukhe Jiva Tattva Kohaya Guchaila Dukhe. In the Madhya Khanda, the Lord induces Srivas's dead son to speak on the science of the soul, thus to everyone's sorrow. Gaudiya Bhashya. The Lord helps the relatives of Srivas mitigate their distress of separation by inducing Srivas's dead son to describe the living entity's transmigration from one body to another. There are 13 songs by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur called the Shoko Shatan and the Gita Mala about this pastime. It is so beautiful. If ever anybody, any dear person passes away, or any family member, any friends, it's called Shoko Shatan. It means it destroys all distress, and it's written specifically for that situation. It's so beautifully written, that these 13 songs. If anybody wants it, I can send you the link. Chaitanyera anugrahe Srivasa Pandita Pasarila. You want? Okay. Oh, Shoka Dashak. Yeah. It's called Shoka Shatan. Shoka Shatan. Shatan. I just put it in the chat. Shoka Shatan. And Gita Mala. Okay. Chaitanyera anugrahe Srivasa Pandita Pasarila Putra Shoke Jagate Vidita. By the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, Srivas Thakur gave up lamentation over his son's death. This incident became known to all. Gaudiya Bhashya. The word pasarila means having forgotten. 149. Madhya Khande Gangai Porila Dukha Paya Nityananda Haridasa Anilo Tuliya. In the Madhya Khanda, the Lord, in distress, jumped into the Ganges, and Nityananda and Harit. Madhya Brahmara Durlabha Narayani Paila Matra. In the Madhya Khanda, Narayani received Lord Chaitanya's remnants, which are rarely attained by even Lord Brahma. Vrindavan Das Thakur is writing about his own mother here. Gaudiya Bhashya. I just got a message saying that it's unstable again. Anyhow. Gaudiya Bhashya. Sriman Mahaprabhu is the supreme absolute truth. His remnants are rarely attained by even Lord Brahma, who is the Narayani Devi, then to receive those remnants. The son of Narayani Devi, Vrindavan Das Thakur, is the author of this book. Uddhara Karune Sanyasa Korite Prabhu Korila Gamane. In the Madhya Khanda, the Lord leaves home and accepts sannyas in order to deliver the living entity. Orders in the life of a living entity. Among them, the highest is the order of sannyas. People of the other orders naturally take instructions from the sannyasis, and as a result, they achieve freedom from the bondage of material life. Because Sri Gaurasundar accepted the sannyas order of life, all living entities attains liberation from their respective status. As stated in the Chaitanya Charitamrita 113, now that Lord Chaitanya Chandra has revealed the path of pure devotional service, the materialists have given up talking about their wives, children, and material affairs. The scholars have given up debating the scriptures. The yogis have given up the trouble to control their breath. The ascetics have given up their austerities, and the impersonalists have given up impersonalism. Now, of pure devotional service. Wow, it's a beautiful verse. It's from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Kishore Prabhu, does anybody know who the author of Chaitanya Chandramrita is? Is it Prabodhananda? No, not Prabodhananda Saraswati.
Wait,
Who is it?
Chaitanya, you mean Chaitanya Chandramrita?
Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhupada Saraswati.
Okay, that's right. Cool. Thanks for confirming that. Awesome. Text 152. Kirtana Koriya Ādi Avadhi Sander Vilas. The pastimes of the Madhya Khanda begin with the Lord's kirtan and end with his acceptance of sannyas. So wait, Ādi Khanda began with the Lord's appearance and it ended with the Lord going to Gaya, right? And getting the mercy of Ishvar Puri. So he became, he went from Nimai Pandit to becoming Bhavuk Nimai, right? And then the Madhya Khanda begins with the Lord's kirtan, his pastimes, and then ends with his acceptance of sannyas. Okay. Madhya Khande ache ar koto koti lila Veda Vyasa Varni Ben Shesha Kala Khela. There are millions of other pastimes in the Madhya Khanda that will be described by Vyasadeva, Gaudiya Bhashya, congregational chanting of the holy names. These pastimes up to his acceptance of sannyas and leaving Navadvip are described in the Madhya Khanda. The Lord has unlimited pastimes apart from those described in this book. Srila Vyasadeva will describe those pastimes in the future. But if one wants to create imaginary pastimes of the Lord that are mixed with rasa bhas and opposing Shastra conclusions, that is offensive, rejected by the followers of Vyasadeva. Shesha Khande Vishwambar Korila Samata Viparakash. In the Antya-khaṇḍa, after Vishwambar takes sannyas, he becomes known as Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Gaudiya Bhashya. Sannyas means to give up absorption in material enjoyment. Endeavoring for material enjoyment or artificial endeavor for renunciation is known as karma sannyas or jnana sannyas. Okay. Although Sriman Mahaprabhu displayed his sannyas pastimes like a jnani, his aim was to perform the activities of a Tridandi sannyasi as mentioned in the 23rd chapter, 11th canto of Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Now, even though Mahaprabhu was an Ekadandi sannyasi, he only had one danda. He wanted to perform the activities of a Tridandi sannyasi. They aren't the Mayavadi sannyasis. They are the, yeah. Got it. Keep on getting this message. My internet connection is unstable. It's so annoying. Keeps on popping up. Anyways, it's okay. Yeah, okay. The Lord often chanted the verse Etam Astaya spoken by the Avanti mendicant. This is the evidence of the Lord's service to Mukunda in the guise of a sannyasi. The Lord, who is the supreme teacher of the living entities, did not accept all the philosophy of Ahangropasana, which results in becoming one with the Lord. The Shika and Brahman thread are seen in the external appearance of a Tridandi sannyasi. Even today, this Shika is called Chaitanya Shika. Ah, I didn't know that. It's a Chaitanya Shika. Okay, the sannyasis who keep a Shika are more dear devotees to Sri Chaitanya than those who do not keep a Shika. The devotee sannyasis give up activities that are unfavorable in the execution of devotional service. They reject Phalgu Vairagya and they accept Yukta Vairagya, as stated in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Anasaktasya vishayan yatarhandhe yuktam vairagyam uchyate. Things should be accepted for the Lord's service and not for one's personal sense gratification. If one accepts something without attachment and accepts it because it is related to Krishna, one's renunciation is called Yukta Vairagya. Prapanchikataya buddhya hari sambandhi vastuna mukshubhi parityago vairalgukattate. When persons eager to achieve liberation renounce things which are related to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, though they are material, this is called incomplete renunciation. Text 155. Okay. Oh, I'm just seeing this message from Indira Mataji, but it was written a while ago. She said, I'm lost. The video is playing from the beginning. What's going on? Oh, actually, I know how to fix that, but I'm not sure if she's there. But that sometimes happens to me, and then you just have to move the thing on YouTube. You have to move it to the very end, and then it will continue on live. Okay. Shesha Kande Shuni Prabhu Shikara Mundan Vistara Korila Prabhu Advaita Krandan. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I read that so fast. In the Antya-khaṇḍa, Advaita Prabhu cries profusely upon hearing that the Lord has shaved his shika and hair. Yeah, did you know that Mahaprabhu didn't have a shika? Like he was completely no hair at the end. Have you ever heard that? I've heard that a couple of times.
I've heard that, but I didn't know that
And
he
it
kept
says
a
right
shika.
here also. No, it says that Shikar Mundan. It says that Ikarafar Shika. Shikar Mundan. Mundan means to shave your head. Mundan Kora. And he had no shika or anything like that. Shesha Kande Shachi Dukha Akatya Katan Chaitanya Prabhave Sabara Rohilo Jivan. In the Antya-khaṇḍa, Shachi Devi's lamentation is indescribable, and the devotees remained alive only by the influence of Śrī Caitanya. Gaudiya Bhashya. Mother Shachi, Vishnupriya Devi, and the devotees they were able to tolerate indescribable distress due to separation from Mahaprabhu only by his mercy. That was the only way they were able to stay alive. Thus, they were able to pass their lives in the service of Lord Krishna. Shesha Khande Nityananda Chaitanya Danda Bhangilen Balaram Parama Prachanda. In the Antya-khaṇḍa, the most powerful Sri Nityananda Ram breaks Lord Chaitanya's sannyas danda. Gaudiya Bhashya. According to Vedic injunctions, those who accept the fourth social order of life are supposed to carry a danda. In accordance with those injunctions, only the tridanda was accepted in ancient times. Then, later on, the three dandas were combined together and the system of ekadanda was introduced. This system of ekadanda is accepted as a prescribed activities for the followers of Advaitavad. The addition of the jiva danda, which the tridanda is accepted. Sorry, let me reread that. The addition of the jiva danda with the tridanda is accepted by followers of the philosophies of Shuddhadvaita, purified oneness, Vishishtadvaita, specified monism, and Dvaitadvaita, simultaneous oneness and difference. This Dvaitadvaita is different than Achintapeda Ved, though. Whenever the philosophy of Shuddhadvaita is converted into that of Viddhadvaita, or monism, the acceptance of Tridanda is replaced with the acceptance of Ekadanda. Among the names of the Vedic Tridandi sannyasis, the 10 principal names have been reserved by the monists. Of those 10 names, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu purified the Bharati branch of the Shankar Sampradaya. Later on, Sri Nityananda Prabhu broke Sriman Mahaprabhu's Ekadanda, which is the symbol of subordination to the Shankar solution. By so doing, Nityananda is favorable for service. Shesha Khande, I just want to quickly check this. Still, the comments aren't loading here. Let me refresh the screen again. says that 8 people are watching those, so I guess it's not way too bad. Sheshakhande Gora Chandra Giya Nilachale Apan. In the Antya-khaṇḍa, Lord Gaurachandra arrives in Nilachal and hides himself. Gaudiya Bhashya. Nilachala is also called the Śrī Kshetra, or Purushottam. Sundarachal mountain is situated near Nilachal. The word Achal means mountain. And yeah, so Nilachal represents and so we bring Jagannath from Nilachal to Sundarachala. Sarvabhauma prati age kori parihas sheshe sarvabhaumere sharbhuja prakash. Okay. At first, the Lord teases Sarvabhauma, but later he displays his 6-armed form to him. Gaudiya Bhashya. Oh, I just got an idea. Like, if my connection's getting too unstable, I wonder if either Satya Mataji or Kishore Prabhu would like to read instead. That's right, because otherwise, yeah, then it wouldn't be choppy, right? I'm not sure if everything depends on my connection. I don't think so, though. Right? Maybe it does depend on my connection on Restream, though. And that's something I'll have to find out about. Yeah, if it's not tied to my connection, then that would work. Yeah, Sharirak Shobhashya, propoundulator Gyan. Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu nevertheless heard from Vasudev Sarvabhauma, Lord's grandfather, Nilambar Chakravarti. Nilambar Chakravarti was Sachi Devi's father. They were godbrothers. The Lord teased him in the manner of a mischievous child. Later, however, the Lord showed him his 6-armed form with the 2 hands of Ram, the 2 hands of Gora.
Do you want me to keep reading or shall we wait for him?
We can wait 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay.
Do you want me to introduce myself?
Just a second. He sent a voice message.
Haribo, I see it cut up again. Okay, let's see.
He's coming back, I think. Oh, there he is. Can't hear you. Nope.
You're muted.
I am back. Okay, so I just switched over. Haribo. I just switched over from Airtel to Jio. I have 2 mobiles, so it came in handy. All right. So where were we? God, you guys have been so patient today. Okay, so the Lord then teased him in a manner of a mischievous child. Later, however, the Lord showed him his 6-armed form, endowed with the 2 hands of Ram, the 2 hands of Krishna, and the 2 hands of Gora, with their respective articles. Vasudev Sarvabhauma was a famous logician and Vedantist of Navadvip. In the last stage of his life, he went to Purushottam with his wife and lived there as a kshetra sannyasi. He was the son of Maheshwar Visharada and brother-in-law of Gopinath Bhattacharya. I wonder if Jio is better than Airtel here. Like, does the connection seem better than the other one? Yeah, cool. Okay, I made a mistake and trying to log on Airtel before. Okay. Shesha Khande Prataparudrere Paritran Kashi Mishra Grihete Korila Adhishtan. Whatever. In the Antya-khaṇḍa, the Lord delivers Maharaj Prataparudra and resides in the house of Kashi Mishra. Uploads only two megabytes per second, which isn't very much, but anyhow. Gaudiya Bhashya. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Sorry, guys. Just realized. God. Should I? Okay, let's just read the Bengali again. Shesha Khande Prataparudre. God, why can't I not say it now? Shesha Khande Prataparudre Paritran Kashi Mishra Grihete Korila Adhishtan. Okay, there. Yeah, Geo's good. Okay, cool. So Maharaj Prataparudra was the king of Utkal of Orissa. One second. Okay. And he belonged to the Ganga dynasty. The Lord freed him from material life and brought him into the kingdom of Krishna's worship. The family priest of this emperor was Kashi Mishra, and it was in his house that the Lord used to live. The house of Kashi Mishra is situated between the temple of Lord Jagannath and the ocean. Damodara Swarupa Paramananda Puri Shesha Khande E Dui Shange Adhikari. In the Antya-khaṇḍa, the two great authorities, Swarup Damodar and Paramananda Puri, reside with the Lord. Gaudiya Bhashya. Śrī Damodar Swarup is the brahmachari name of Śrī Purushottam Bhattacharya of Navadvip. He went to Varanasi prior to the Lord's acceptance of sannyas, and he expressed to one Chaitanyananda his desire to take sannyas. Chaitanyananda. Before being formally awarded sannyas, he was known as Damodar Swarup. He did not wait for those formalities, however, but he went to Śrī Kshetra and took shelter of the lotus feet of Śrī Gaurasundar. Okay. From that time on, he was master of the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya and one of the Lord's most confidential associates during his 18-year stay at Nilachal. We read yesterday, right? How I forgot what the word was. If either of you remember, or if any of you remember, he was, Swarup Damodar was like the leader or guardian. Was it guardian? I think it was guardian of all the Vaishnavas, of everybody in Śrī Kshetra. Nityananda Prabhu was the guardian or leader or like that of everybody in Bengal, and Rupa and Sanatan were the guardians of everybody in Vrindavan. Yeah. Paramananda Puri was one of the principal disciples of Srila Madhavendra Puri. He was a recipient of Sriman Mahaprabhu's mercy and respect. As Paramananda Puri and Swarup Goswami were both engaged in the service of the Lord, they are both authorities. Yeah, in just near Jagannath Mandir, there's Paramananda Puri Koop, Paramananda Puri's well. You can go there. Anybody who drinks the water from that well will attain Krishna Prem, Mahaprabhu said. Shesha Khande Prabhu Puna Aila Gora Deshe Mathura Dekhivo Boli Ananda Visheshe. In the Antya-khaṇḍa, the Lord returns to Bengal while traveling in ecstasy to see Mathura. Gaudiya Bhashya. The word Gauradesh in this verse refers to Sri Navadvip and the places north of Navadvip, such as Ramkeli, the site of Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik's office, and the capital of the king of Gauda, which is in the present day district of Malda. I've never been to Ramkeli before. I really want to go. Asiyara hila vidya vachaspati ghare tabe to aila prabhu kuliya nagare. On the way, the Lord happily stays at the house of Vidya Vachaspati, before going on to Kulia. Gaudiya Bhashya. Vidya Vachaspati is the son of Maheshwar Visharad and the brother of Vasudev Sarvabhauma. It appears that the village of Vidyanagar was named after him. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. The place known as Kulia Nagar is now the city of Navadvip. That's where I am. Another name for this area is Koladvip. It is the 5th of the 9 islands of Navadvip and is situated on the western side of the Ganges. Ananta Arbuda Loka Gela Deki Bare Shesha Khande Sarva Jiva Paila Nistare. In the Antya-khaṇḍa, innumerable people go to see the Lord and are thus delivered. Shesha Khande Madhupuri Dekite Chalila Kato Durgiya Prabhu Nibrita Hoila. In the Antya-khaṇḍa, the Lord goes to see Mathura, but he returns after going part way. Gaudiya Bhashya. In his desire to visit Mathura, the Lord went up to Kanai Natshala near the town of Rajmohal, and then returned to Nilachal. Oh yeah, there's a story of, what is its name? Nrsingananda Brahmachari, was it? He was making the path from Mahaprabhu, and then it stopped. He's like, oh, the Lord's going to stop there. Shesha Khande Puna Ai Lena Nilachale Niravadi Bhakta Shange Krishna Kola Hale. In the Antya-khaṇḍa, the Lord returns to Nilachal and engages in discussing topics of Krishna with the devotees. Gaudiya Bhashya. The term Krishna Kolahala indicates a place that is diametrically opposite to a secluded place of material enjoyment. Pure devotees give up gossiping on topics not related with Krishna and become maddened by performing kirtan in the association of other pure devotees. I want to see what Kolaholo. Kolaholo means uproar, tumult, confused noise, din and bustle. Anyways, but yeah, it's Krishna Kolahala is big uproar of kirtan, hey Krishna, like that. That indicates a place that is diametrically opposite to a secluded place of material enjoyment. No, it's festival of Krishna, that's Kolahala. Gora Desha Nityananda Sarupe Pataya Rohile Nilachale Koto Jana Loya. No, I looked this up before. I forgot what it said. Loya, maybe. Okay. Gaudiya Bhashya. The Lord sent Nityananda Sarup to preach in Bengal and personally engaged in preaching at Nilachal with a few devotees. The brahmachari named Sarup is awarded by Tirtha and Ashram sannyasis of the Ekadandi Shankar Sampradaya. Some people say that Nityananda was awarded the title Sarup by Lakshmipati Tirtha. Oh, wow, cool. Lakshmipati Tirtha, that's like the Parameshti Guru of Mahaprabhu, right? Ishvarapuri, Madhavendra Puri, and then Lakshmipati Tirtha. So that's like really high up. Actually, my Gurudev, sometimes people have different opinions of who Nityananda traveled with when he left home, when he left his parents and he went traveling with this mendicant sannyasi. And I think my Gurudev once said that it was Lakshmipati Tirtha, or my Gurudev said that it's disputed, but I think my Gurudev said it is Lakshmipati Tirtha, but some people say it's Madhavendra Puri, and right? Anyways, I think so. Yeah.
In Gurudev's Navadvip Dhan Mahatmya book, no, not Navadvip Dhan Mahatmya, Navadvip Dhan Parikram, he says that it wasn't possible.
Lakshmipati Tirtha.
Yeah, I'm sorry, there's dogs in the background. Yeah, he said it wasn't possible to be Lakshmipati Tirtha because it's not described in Bhakti Ratnakar, and it couldn't have been Shankaranya Puri Vishwarup either. Gurudev gave another reason for that. I don't remember what it was.
Interesting, because I thought, but I could totally be wrong. I thought in Prabandhavali, do I have it here? Anyways, I can check later. Oh, it's not even downloaded. Okay. Anyways, I thought he said Lakshmipati Tirtha, but I could totally be wrong.
Maybe he did. But what I'm reading is from Gurudev's Navadip Parikaram book in the Ekachakra down section.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay, continuing on. Text 168. Shesha khande ratera samukhe bhakta sange apane korila nrita apanara range. Homework, write it down. Yes, okay, I'll do that. Yes, I'll do that right now. Check about Lakshmi Pati Tirtha. Okay. Oops, I wrote it in Bengali. Anyways, I'll get it. Okay. In the Antya-khaṇḍa, the Lord enjoys his pastime of dancing with the pure devotees before Lord Jagannath's chariot. Shesha khande setu bandhe gela gorarai, jhari khanda diya puna gela mathurai. In the Antya-khaṇḍa, Lord Gauranga goes to Rameshwar and later travels again to Mathura through the Jhari-khanda forest. Gaudiya Bhashya. In order to reach Setubandha Rameshwar, one should first go to Mandapam station via Ramanada station on the CIR railway. From there, one should cross the long bridge over the Panvam channel and reach Panvam station. Rameshwaram station is a couple of stations after this. It is the southernmost tip of the India peninsula and situated on the opposite shore from Sri Lanka. Rameshwaram is situated 2 stations before Dhanushkoti, the last stop on the CIR line between Panvam and Rameshwaram islands. 1 mile from the station, there are 24 lakes, such as Ram Tirtha and Lakshman Tirtha. 1 mile from those lakes is the huge Rameshwar Shiva temple, the temple of Lord Shiva, who is the greatest devotee and whose worshipable Lord is Ram, Rameshwar temple. Oh yes, that's famous, that story. And that temple is, the temple is made of stone. Wow. On the 4 sides of this temple, there are 4 gopuras, or lion gates. Within these gates is the Natashala, the main temple room, which is constructed of granite. Beyond the temple is Adam's Bridge, or the historical Setu Bandha. Wow, they call it Adam's Bridge? Jesus, British. Okay, the forest of Jhari-khanda is situated in the present day, the forest of Jhari-khanda is situated in the present day states of Orissa, Western Bengal, the southern western districts of Bihar, and the eastern districts of Madhya Pradesh. In the book Akbar Nam, the forest of Jhari-khanda is said to extend from Birbhum up to Ratanpur, Madhya Pradesh, and from Rotoshghar, South Bihar, up to the border of Orissa. The towns and cities of Atkar, Dhenkanal, Angul, Sambalpur, Lahar, Keonjhar, Bamra, Bonai, Gangapur, Mayura Bhunja, Simbhuma, Ranchi, Manabhuma, Bankura, that's Vishnupur, Sanotala Paragana, Hazaribagh, Palamo, Jashpur, Raighar, Udaipurghar, and Sharguj are situated within the mountains and dense forests of Jhari-khanda. Oh, it's 8:30. Uh-oh, I think it's time to end. Let's see how many. Okay, yes, there are too many verses to finish now. Probably take like 5 minutes to finish those, but maybe we should finish tomorrow. Does that sound good? Yeah, I'll finish tomorrow. And also, okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now. Yeah, we can finish tomorrow, and then also I'm thinking, because actually, remember I mentioned before that I lost all that work that I did over those, so it's actually going to take me a bit more time to prepare that all. So I'm going to start. We'll finish up this chapter tomorrow, and then we'll start reading from Golden Volcano of Divine Love, and that will give me some time by Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, whose disappearance day is in 4 days from now. So it'd be nice. We're leading up to Srila Sridhar Goswami Maharaj's disappearance day, so it's like a way to honor him. We can then when I have the next chapters ready, then we can continue reading from Caitanya-bhāgavata. So yeah, tomorrow we'll finish. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, I'll do a quick, very quick Mahamantra and Jaidwani, and then we'll end. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Shri Gurudev ki Jai. No, Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki Jai. Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai. Jai Shri Gurudev ki Jai. Shri Param Gurudev ki Jai. Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Rupanu, Shri Swaparikar, Tadhiya Parikar Vrinda ki Jai, Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai, Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai, Swapashaji Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopikan ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai, Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki Jai, the Ādi Khanda, Madhya Khanda, Antya-khaṇḍas ki Jai of Caitanya-bhāgavata ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai, Shri Kamika Akarashi Titi ki Jai, Titi Palankari Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari
Hari Hari Bol.
Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai
Hari
Keshavascha
Bol.
Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Sattvatai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaiva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams everybody, and thank you so much for tolerating the choppy internet. It must have made it possible to work because you were able to see it on the screen, right? So you could read along when it would cut out. So you could just read along with the text on the screen, right? But it still must have been annoying. Anyways, hopefully I get the power sorted because I could hear the power in the temple room. It just seems to be in this building. So I'll figure that out. And yeah, see you all tomorrow for ending this chapter and beginning Golden Volcano of Divine Love by Srila Bhakti Rakshak Goswami Maharaj. All right, Dandavat pranams, Satya Mataji, Kishore Prabhu, Shubhananda Prabhu, Pradyumna Prabhu, Mataramurti Mataji, Indira Mataji, Vidya Lala Didi, Raseshwari Mataji, and Shubhananda Prabhu, Hare Krishna. And everybody else who's watching, I can't see all of your names, unfortunately, but my pranams to all of you, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe.
Gaur Hari
Hope you
Bol,
all
Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai
hope
Gaur
you-
Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. I hope you have a wonderful Kamika Akadashi. Hare Krishna.